Hello, I would like to welcome you to the 2019-2020 school year. Today is the first day of school. I hope it has gone well for you. I know we have had some bumps in the road and just some growing pains getting bigger, but I wanted to share some things with you that you might want to know for the rest of the school year. And I hope you will keep this someplace handy. So first of all, here's my contact information and all the different social media platforms you can use for us. We want to get the Compass name out there. We don't want to be the best kept secret. We believe in what we have here for our families, and we want the information out there. You're free to share pictures from field trips, events, other things like that. Just to change the narrative of the public's opinion of what charter schools and homeschools are like. Communication matters. It really does. Remember, we are a virtual school, so it is incumbent upon you to be sure that you're checking your email and the Parent Square for lots of information that's coming your way. I especially would appreciate it if you would check your emails on Mondays for the Monday morning update and Fridays for the Firebird Friday newsletter. There will be a lot of information in there on what's going on, important things for you to keep track of. Also on Parent Square, there will be hints and helps from me, Friday letters, surveys, things like that, activity logs in the Parent Square, field trips in the Parent Square. So please be checking those. The activity logs will come out every Friday. Bi-weekly connections. Since we're a virtual school, we do need to make sure that we're keeping in contact with you and checking out what's going on. There will be one formal connection a month. That will be preferably through Google Hangouts or Skype, something like that, so I can see you and your scholars. If that is not a comfortable way for you to communicate, that is fine. We can work on something else, definitely. Phone, emails, whatever. I would really like the scholars present and participate so I can get to know them better. I sent a survey out with this, and it's in the email, so pick a time that we will meet each month, and for the most part, we'll just keep it that way for the rest of the year. If something comes up that month, we can always move things around. And then in between, there will be more informal connections. I will be sending out a Friday letters survey each week that the scholars can fill out. Any general emails, texts, phone calls, you're always welcome to contact me. So those will be our second one, not nearly as formal. And just please remember, we are required to have these, and that's part of Compass. Academics. So I need to know what you are planning on doing with your scholars so that I can see progress. So you can send me a table of contents or lesson plans that you have for the progression of the core subjects. I also need that for middle school and high school with their electives. So I need to know what you're going to do and what your plans are so that I can be sure that progress is being made. And on that note, grading, you'll be giving your scholars their grades, but like I said, I'll be looking at your plans to make sure that progress is going on and confirm that that grade is really the deserved grade, especially in high school because they will be earning credits for it. For middle school and high school, I do need some sort of final in each one of their core classes. So work samples, and I'll go into this a little bit more. But work sample is turned in every learning period, which is basically the end of the month. Odd months will be math and language arts, even science and social studies. I will send out a calendar with all that information, and I will be reminding you every month also. High school, I do need every core subject every month and electives every other month. They must be turned in no later than the last day of the learning period. We do use Seesaw. There is login information on that in the welcome letter I sent. If you have any problems, you can let me know and we can figure something out. Each work sample must be labeled. It must have the scholar's name, the learning period, and the subject. If you put the date on it, please be sure it is an actual instructional day. It cannot be a Saturday, a Sunday, or a holiday. And in these work samples, I want to see work. especially middle school and high school. Screenshots of what's going on the computer won't be good for the use of the state. So I need to see actual work. I do love to see extras. Feel free to share videos, pictures. It doesn't just have to be those required ones. You can show me fun things that you're doing or trips you've taken, different things like that. What should a work sample look like? The learning must be obvious. Looking at the work sample, I should know what is being studied. If it's a photo or video, there needs to be a written description from the scholar, and that needs to be indicative of their grade level. It can be representative of the scholar's actual abilities. It doesn't always have to be the best work. I want to see what they're really doing, see places where they're struggling. I can't help them if I'm only seeing the best of the best. It does need to be graded by you, the learning coach. It needs to have a letter, percentage, or number grade on it. Written comments are okay with your younger scholars. And I need to see ongoing progress. I don't want to see the same kinds of things over and over and over. I need to see that we're moving forward. Here are some examples of how you could label everything. Up in the corner here, they have their name, learning period, subject, and they also have it down here, kind of what they did. I can comment back and forth to you here. In Seesaw, I can comment back and forth. I do like to see PowerPoints. Those are great. You can send those to me via email if that's something you want to do. Just make sure that it has that on it. Please try not to have most of it come out of a workbook or just copy sheets. I want to see, actual work. So if you're working on writing, I'd like to see a story or what kind of whatever you're working on. And truancy. Activity logs must be filled out every week. Work samples must be turned in on time. You need to be present and participate in the connection meetings. For PE, it's 100 minutes a week for TK through 8. And for high school, 200 minutes a week if they have PE as a subject. This is really important. If you are 3 days late with your work samples or your activity logs, then the truancy process starts, and I really don't want to have to go there. If you're struggling, if there's things going on, if emergencies come up, please just let me know. That will be fine. We'll just, take that into consideration. But on an everyday basis, be sure that you're getting these in on time. So here's some pages you might want to bookmark. That way you'll have them handy all the time. Just want to reiterate, especially for high school scholars who will be getting credit for the classes that they're taking, be sure that your work samples are showing progress and you're letting me know what you're working on so we can see how everything's going. So I hope that gives you a lot of information. Again, please check those emails at least on Monday and Friday for the Monday morning update and the Friday newsletter. Check Parent Square because I will be giving helpful hints on things, just different stuff like that. So since we're virtual, I got to try and keep you informed and keep communication going on as best as we can. So I hope you all have a great year, and I look forward to getting to know you all.